Hi everyone, I'm Angie with the Painted Feather, and I am live on the Dixie Belle paint page. It is Monday evening at 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And as you arrive here tonight, I would love for you to tell me where you are at in the world, and if you're working on anything cool right now. I am a retailer of Dixie Belle paint in Northern California. So if you're up around these parts, come see me. You can find Dixie Belle paint at Whistle Stop Antiques in Santa Rosa or at Ray's Trading Company in Sebastopol. I'm gonna have a little more space there pretty soon, so I'll have even more Dixie Belle products there. Actually, I have the decoupage papers coming in and all the transfers coming in. So anyway, okay, I'm starting to see people show up. This is good. Hi, Gary. How's it going? All right, you guys, tell me where you're watching from tonight. And as you can see behind me, we're going to work on an outdoor piece tonight. So I have this really cool bench here. Hi, Donna. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of work on it. I was just kind of planning my attack on this piece, so I went ahead and started without you, but we'll finish together here. So let me tell you what I've done so far. Hello from Las Vegas. How's it going, Analu? Felicia is watching from Amarillo, Texas. Hi, Donna. Hello, Lisa from New Mexico. So hi, Sue from Texas. Lots of Texas people watch the Dixie Belle paint channel. Hi, Dixie Belle. How's it going? So yeah, we're gonna do outdoor furniture tonight. So this is a really, really cool piece. I paid a whole $20 for it, so I like me a good bargain. So got this from the local marketplace for $20. It's a really beautiful bench. Hello, Madison from Ohio. And let me tell you what I've done. Okay, so I had to clean it. So I cleaned it with White Lightning Cleaner, and Dixie Belle wants to know where you're watching from, so let us know. I cleaned it with White Lightning Cleaner. I did more than a scuff sand. I actually took my sander to it, and I really took a good amount of the finish off because it was pretty messed up. Hi, Michelle from Australia. Hello, Patty from Pennsylvania. I don't know how to say where you're from, Patty. That's a really long word. So anyway, cleaned it, sanded it pretty well with my sander, and then I dusted it all off. I blew it off with my vacuum, and then I was ready to paint. And I actually, hey, Karen from Bakersfield, California. I'm actually from Bakersfield, Karen. I lived there for quite a long time. Hello, Deb. Hi, Judith. Okay, let's get going. So the color that you see on here, so like I was saying, I cleaned it, I got it ready to paint, and then I actually sprayed silk paint on this because, as you can see, there's lots of little nooks and crannies to get into, and when you spray, it makes life a lot easier when you're doing a piece like this. And I don't have like a crazy expensive sprayer. I just have actually Dixie Belle used to spray it with, or sell it. With this particular one, it is just the Wagner Home Decor sprayer, and works like a charm. You have to thin your paint a little bit. So with the silk paint, you want to thin it not more than 10%. So don't put too much water in it, okay? And silk paint, I painted this in Cape Current. Hello, Maureen from Fort Myers, Florida. Silk paint comes currently in 20 colors. Don't look at my fingernails. I need a manicure really bad, but I'll get one soon. I paint furniture, not nails. All right, so comes in all these beautiful colors. And I'm in Santa Rosa, California, Karen. So I am way up north, about an hour north of San Francisco, and I love it up here. So anyway, all right, here we go. I still have family there in Bakersfield though, in the valley. These are the colors that the silk paint comes in. And so I used Cape Current tonight. So hopefully the lighting is okay for you guys. One of my lights just burned out on me like right when I started. So I used Cape Current. I put 2 coats of Cape Current on this. And hello, Linda. And then let me bring you in over here. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna work on tonight. Okay, so Try not to get you dizzy. So over here, I have the anchor, the color Anchor, where the black is. I have the color Saltwater on this cute little flower. And then that center detail is the gemstone mousse in the color Garnet. I love that color, little gemstone mousse. Hi B from Santa Rosa. Let me know where you guys are watching from. And so I'm going to show you how I did all these details. Hello, Charlene from Palmdale, another Californian. So let's get started. You need to order this. You can click on the link in the description of this video, Michelle. That's my affiliate link. If you like what I'm doing, just click on it and order right there. Or you can find a local retailer if you click on that link and find somebody close to you that is as enthusiastic as I am about this stuff, because it's amazing. So, all right, let's get going here. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I have put black wax in all these little crevices here. Hi, Linda. How are you? She's from Arkansas and Sydney, Australia, all over the world here. Okay, so if you have little details like this, where you have recesses, if you put some black wax in there, it's really gonna affect and pop out those details and make it look really good. So look at opportunities on your furniture to do something like that. And so we're gonna do that first. And I'm going to use the Best Dang Wax in Black. And it comes in this can here. I'm gonna use Best Dang Wax in Black. And then hello from Oakland, Ontario, Canada. Hi, Terry. And we're going to just, I have a little detail brush, and this is actually an eyeliner brush. So whatever works for you. This is just a tiny little brush. I've already been using it, so it's kind of gunked up here, but it's gonna work like a charm here. And I'm gonna bring you in closer so that hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing and see how well it pops out these details. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my little light in a little closer here. Okay, hello from Tulsa. All right, so we've got these really cool details. So I'm gonna take just a tiny bit of black wax, put it on, this is actually, like I said, a little eyeliner brush. And I'm gonna stick my pinky on here so that I don't get it on outside. And I'm just gonna kind of put it down in this little crack and rub it back and forth. And I did not clear coat after I did my silk paint, because silk paint is self-sealing. The really awesome thing about silk paint, and the reason that I used it for this outdoor piece, is that it's UV resistant, it's mildew resistant, it has a built-in primer, it has a built-in top coat, it's water resistant, so lots of really good things for outdoor pieces. And you don't have to seal it if you don't want to, because it is self-sealing. So see how that's popping out those details there? And if you get a little bit outside of the line, I've just got a baby wipe here, and the silk paint is less porous than the chalk mineral paint. So even if you don't seal it before you use a dark wax, and the reason I'm talking about that is because a lot of the times you want to use a clear wax or a spray wax or a clear coat before you use the dark wax if you want to have more control of where the wax goes. But with the silk paint, I have found that it's less porous, so you can wipe it off if you do it pretty quickly. Okay, so see, hello Donna from Louisiana. See that dark line now compared to this one? So I'm going to show you how quick this goes. We're going to do all these little grooves here. So just put a little bit on your brush. This brush is just like a little tiny short angled brush, and you just get it down in the groove and just work it into that little recessed area. And then it's just going to make this detail pop out, and you won't even necessarily notice it, but it does make a big difference in how the piece look. It makes it just more dynamic and more interesting. So somebody looking at it might not even realize it, but their eyes are gonna be drawn more to these details as a result of that. Okay, so this goes real quick. I got a tiny bit on the face of it, so wipe it back. Let's go. An old washstand is your next project. Awesome, Terry. I just did one not too long ago, and I actually used Bunker Hill Blue and Palmetto and Tree Frog, and I blended those colors on it, and it looks so pretty. Okay, so let's get these details in here. I may dirty this piece up a little bit with black wax too, debating. You know, I don't have my plan of attack like 100% formed on this, but I don't have to. I'm gonna add these details and then step back and look at it. And we'll see what we get to tonight, but I just wanna show you how to pop out these details. Okay, I'm gonna wipe back. It just wipes right off with this baby wipe. Okay. Oh, well, it is on my page. If you go to the Painted Feather by Angie on Facebook, or I even have it on Instagram, you can see that piece. Or send me a message and I'll send you a picture of it. And the reason I use those colors is because it had a tile backsplash that had really beautiful emerald green on it. And I didn't want to paint the tile, so I just decided to kind of go with that look. And I went for kind of a peacock color look, and it came out great. Okay, so I'm going to turn you guys a tiny bit here. So we're just getting in black wax and all these little details. Now I'm going to use black paint all on this, so I'm not going to wax that right now. So I'm using a combination of black wax and the anchor in the silk line. So, but this is something that I see opportunities on furniture where, you know, if you have like a drawer front that has a recess like this, you can put a wax down in there or a glaze down then in there, and it just adds dimension to the piece. So let's get in here. Isn't this a great bench though? I love this bench. And I've been staring at it for a while, deciding what to do with it. And I paint benches this color for some reason. I don't know why. This is like the color of summertime to me or something. Okay. If you guys have questions and I have my face all up in this piece and don't see your questions, I will go back and answer. And Dixie Belle is on here too, so they can answer for you. So this process, it's just getting it down in that recess, wiping back anything that gets on the face. And since you've got that recess, it's really easy to do that. Okay, let's see. Isn't it pretty, Cynthia? What's the difference between a wax and a glaze? So the wax is a wax. The glaze is a different consistency that you put on and you kind of allow it, it's more liquidy, and you allow it to go back in the recesses, and then you can actually glaze like a whole piece, or you can just let it go to like the low points of a piece, and then it kind of does what I'm doing right now. It pops out those details, but it's a more liquid form, and you put it all over like an area and then wipe off the areas that you don't want it on. So you kind of use them similarly. Waxes you can use to hit the high points or low points, and with the glaze, like I said, you can use to just hit the recesses, or you can use it all over. I use it like on a top of a piece. If I'm doing a dresser and I want the dresser top to look a little different than the rest, I may glaze it. And the glazes are kind of more of like a transparent, semi-transparent finish. and just gives kind of a subtle change to the paint. You know, I love the copper bronze glaze by Dixie Belle. It's so pretty. There's like a white, a grunge gray, just lots of different options with the glazes. And you can kind of use different, like you can use glazes or waxes or voodoo gel stain, or there's so many different ways to get, you know, a look that you want. There's like four paths to the same place with the Dixie Belle products. They have so many awesome products. So just play with them all and see what works for you. Okay, so I'm gonna just do these two little lines and then we'll get to painting some details on here. Just doing these little recesses here. And then we'll get to a more fun part where we paint this little flower. And then maybe we'll dirty this piece up a little bit with some black wax over a bigger area. So, okay. I'm on the last little line here. Oh, I missed a spot up here actually. I'll do this. And wipe it back. And then, let's see, I just need to do one more, this line back here. And then I'm gonna pull it back so you can see the difference between the one over here that has nothing and just this one little touch of black wax in these recesses, and it makes such a difference. And if I don't have enough, I can go back and add more later, but okay. A little bit too much right there, but that's okay. All right, so, okay, let me see if you guys can see the difference here. See how just that's so much more dynamic than this here. This one, you just don't notice the details, whereas on this one, and then over there, you notice it a lot more. So isn't the blue pretty, Cynthia? Okay, so now let's do this little flower detail. Let me show you how I did that. My black wax is getting on here. I'm just gonna wipe it off with my baby wipe. And okay, so I used in the center over here, you've never seen it used. No, it is fascinating. Okay, I'm Chari, I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, the copper bronze glaze. I actually did a piece where I did buttercream. I did a buttercream dresser, and then I did the copper bronze glaze on the top. Send me a message and I can send the picture to you if you want. It looks so pretty. Okay, so I have a bunch of detail brushes here, and whatever works for you is what can work for you. So I want a lot of control when I'm doing this next part. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my gemstone mousse in garnet. Got to move my little messages back up here because I moved down. Okay. And if you're arriving late, let us know where in the world you're at. Okay, with the gemstone mousse, this is it is like a mousse consistency. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. And you want to kind of whip this. You kind of want to stir it up when you open it up. And if it gets like really gunky and thick, you can add a little bit of water to it. This is a water-based product, and you can add a little bit of water to make it not quite so thick. So let's just get a little bit on here. Don't put too much. Hi, Amy from Cincinnati. Okay, and we're just gonna go in right here. The gemstone mousse is very pigmented, so when I use it, I usually only have to use one coat. It is self-sealing, so you do not have to clear coat over it. And since I'm using it over the silk paint, which has a built-in top coat, I'm not gonna worry about sealing it. So look at that. So see Hello from Arkansas. Hi, Barry, or Bari. Okay, let's see. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but okay, we just popped out that little circle in the center. This is looking so good. Isn't this pretty? I love this bench. I've been dying to do this bench for a while, but figured I would wait for spring so I didn't get rained on. And the cool thing is with that silk, we've got the UV protection, and so this should stay nice and vibrant. Okay, so I'm going to use salt water. Hello from Kansas City. Hi, Beth. Isn't this cute? So yes, this is Cape Current. Furniture Duchess is watching. Yes, we've got Cape Current on here, and then I'm using Anchor and salt water to do these little details, and black wax. If you're joining late, I just went and I put black wax in all these little crevices. Hello from Georgia. Hi, Janet. Okay, so I've got another detail brush. I'm just going to use what's in my lid here, and I'm going to do these little flower petals. And I'm barely loading any paint onto my brush. Okay, so you know, you want to have a little bit of a steady hand, but worst case scenario is if you get some of the Cape Current or some of the salt water where you don't want it, you can go back with a Cape Current over it, or I can take a little baby wipe and wipe it back where I don't want it. But look at just popping it out. Let's see, bring you guys in. Tiny bit more. So get you in here. A little detail work. The best way to just do these fine details is just have a brush where you can have control. You know, no need to like tape off a bunch of areas or anything. Just use a little brush and take your time, and all will be good. Okay, so a little bit. So I start at the center when I'm doing like designs like this, so that as you work your way out, you're not getting your hands into your work. My fingernails look atrocious right now, so I do need a manicure. But that's how it goes sometimes. I probably shouldn't get my nails done because I'm always working on projects and messing them up as soon as they're done. So, okay, here we go. You guys ever do little detail projects like this on your furniture? You can just look for the opportunities on these pieces and just pop out these details. I just got a little bit right here. I'm just going to use my baby wipe and wipe it off. Okay. And we'll just go in right here. I'm concentrating. I get quiet. Okay, and I can, like I said, go back and kind of touch up. Isn't that cute? Pretty little flower. So now we've got two, and see how it looks, you know, with the black around it versus nothing here. So now let's go in and do the black paint on it. So we're going to go in with our Anchor and paint that kind of those kind of triangle shapes right next to it. And then maybe we'll add a little bit more black wax to some other details and see how that looks. Just got a little bit of white there. Now I could go into these recesses with the black wax too, but I'm going to go ahead and use paint because I do have a little bit more control with the paint. So now I'm going to get a different brush, and this is a little bit of a larger area, so got a little bit of a bigger brush. I love watching you. You're watching the rest on replay. Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. Isn't this pretty? Yeah, it'll look really good when it's done. I have a feeling. Okay, so this brush I really like. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I really like this brush because it's, you know, like nice and squared on the end, so I can get a nice clean little squared finish here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit. This is Anchor in the silk paint. So let's see, what did I do on the other one? So I'm just going in here. Actually, I did this little cutout around this rectangle. So I did the cutout. So I'm gonna match what I did over here. And this nice flat edge gives me a lot of control here. So I'm just gonna paint it right on. Usually when you're painting, you're not doing such detail work on furniture, but it makes a huge difference in kind of these whimsical pieces like this. It's a little more whimsical than, you know, your average piece. The cute little flower detail, but put wood you bend on stuff, and if you want to add fun details like this, Dixie Belle's coming out with, or has come out with, a bunch of decoupage papers and transfers, and I'm getting those in because I'm an elite retailer, so hit me up if you guys need anything. I've got it all. Okay, so see how that's looking? You just join what color. So this is Cape Current in the silk paint. Isn't that pretty? It looks a little different than in the container, but it is Cape Current. And the silk all-in-one mineral paint, built-in primer, built-in top coat, eggshell finish, well, it has UV protection, mildew resistant, water resistant, so really good choice for outdoor furniture. Really good choice for like a front door. You can use it on indoor furniture too. Great for like cabinetry if you don't want to have to top coat. Great for bathrooms with the water resistance. So lots of reasons. I've been selling a lot of silk paint and I'm getting lots of positive feedback on it. You want to give your piece a good scuff sand when you're using the silk. You know, there's really no such thing as no prep. People say no prep. I mean, you're always cleaning your piece. I always give my piece a good little scuff sand, just insurance. So if people say, well, you have to prep, well, if you don't, even if it's just a little bit, it's gonna help a lot. Okay, that's my 2 cents. Okay, you were just using it today. Isn't it nice? Okay. I think somebody's talking to somebody else, but okay, so look how nice that's looking. We've got these two. Let's do this one, and then maybe we'll work on some waxing on another part and see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just gonna go flat next to this little rectangle here. There's a little lip here that you guys probably can't see, but just butting up right on that. Bring you in a little closer. And, okay, so let's do this. If I want, I can go back, which I may go back with the black wax and wax inside, like the recessed areas, the cutouts. So don't load your brush too much when you're doing these details. Just needs a little bit. But this is going to be a fun porch piece. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm going to decide if I want to dirty up some details on here or enhance some areas with the black wax. So there's like kind of angled edges here. I'm going into these angles. And this brush makes it so easy to do that. Okay. I'm outside tonight. It's a beautiful day. The weather was perfect. It's definitely painting weather, which makes me happy. Okay, I got a little bit of my paint here, but you get your baby wipe and you wipe it fast enough, it comes right off, so no worries. Okay, so look at the difference now. We've got, I could have just painted this, the one color, one and done, blue, but look how boring that is compared to how cute those are. I mean, it's not any comparison to how much better these look than this. And then like those dark recesses in there, popping those out make a huge difference too. So, okay, next thing I want to do is, I think I want to enhance the details on the arms of this. And then I'm considering if I want to do the Voodoo gel stain like on these areas here in between. What do you guys think about that? You could do a little Voodoo there, or I could even do a different color there. I could do the gemstone mousse on just these two details. That could be kind of pretty. Let me know what you guys think about that. You may do that. But let's do a little black wax on, let's see if you can see this detail right here. Okay, actually maybe I'll do here. So my piece of furniture is not perfect. It has some splits on the wood and doesn't look perfect all over, but there were so many on it that I just decided to let it be rustic. So sometimes I'll make that decision, and on this one I went ahead and did that. So I think on this detail, I want to paint or get this whole thing to look a little more interesting. So I'm going to do black wax. Actually, I think I'll do black wax right here. So I'm going to take my little detail brush that I had. If you want control over your black wax, then just use a smaller brush. And I've got a small detail brush, and then I have a lint-free t-shirt piece. So let's go here. So I'm just going to basically paint on the black wax all around this detail. See if you guys can see here. So we'll just paint it all around this little detail. And then I'm just going to kind of wipe it back a little bit and rub it in there. And this will just create more interest on this side, you know, create a little more dimension on it. You can hear the crows in my backyard. But that's already looking more interesting there. So a little detail brush. If you use a brush that's too big, it's just going to get all over and not give you the control. I really want it to stay right inside this area. So the glaze is nice too, but I use the glaze more if I'm going to paint it on like a whole area and then wipe it back. The wax I use if I'm going to go, well, I use for various reasons, but on this, when I want to go for details that are maybe a little bit smaller, more control, I just use a small brush and the wax, and it works out really well. Or even a gilding wax or gemstone mousse. We could put a little gemstone mousse right here. Maybe we'll do that. That could be pretty, the little pop of the garnet. Okay, so I've got my black wax right here. You can leave it for a few minutes if you want to, or I'm just going to gently kind of work it into that area. There. That's all I need to do right there. So See how nice that looks there? Just adds a lot of interest. See what I mean though? I left these cracks in here. I did shore it up and kind of nailed it back together really well, but there's cracks all over this whole piece, so I'm not that worried about it. I think I want to do just a little bit of gemstone mousse on this detail here. Let's do that. I'll show you how cute that looks. If I'm going over a bigger area, I use a bigger brush, but I just want to do a little cute. Let's do this little pop of red here. That'll be pretty. So vibrant. The garnet is such a pretty color. Okay. Painting is so nice because you're not thinking about anything else. You're just thinking about how you want your piece to look. And you're creating something really pretty in the meantime, so. Okay. Trying to see if I got around here. Of course, I'm right next to another piece of furniture that I'm going to custom paint for somebody. I've got lots of furniture right now. Okay. All right, so see how that looks now? We've got that little bit of a black wax there. We've got that. And then if we come back over here, let's look at that. Actually, I'm going to bring you in closer. And we've got those really cute details on the back of this bench. Let's see. So yeah, I think that's looking really good. Now I may go and do something on these little details here, but I haven't decided yet. So right now, let's just back it up so you can see how it's going on that. Oops, hold on. There we go. Get my little thing working out here. So yeah, I think that's probably good for tonight. So we've got, I'll go and I'll do this detail on the opposite side as well. I'm going to add more black wax to this. I'm going to decide if I'm going to do anything on these trim pieces in between, but not sure yet. But anyway, if you don't already follow my page, I'm Angie with the Painted Feather. Would love it if you go over there and follow and like my page. And if you need Dixie Belle paint products, you can click on that link in the description of this video, and you can either find a local retailer or you can have it delivered right to your door with that link. And feel free to send me questions, or if you want to see tutorials, I'm here every Monday night at the same time. So thank you for joining me this evening. I'll be back next Monday. I'm on Chalk Paint 101 tomorrow at 1 o'clock on the West Coast, 4 o'clock on the East Coast. So Dixie Belle paint products, use them, they're awesome. This is the silk paint line, and I used gemstone mousse tonight, and I used the colors Cape Current, Saltwater, and Anchor this evening. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back next week. Hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.